I imagine, Pards, that pool, once it's open, is gonna be locked down tighter than the beach club pool, tighter than anything. Because
More than likely.
they don't want those dirty campers dipping their toes in that pool out of a DVC resort, do they?
No.
You got the Willings coming in, they're double wide, you think they're gonna let them go in that lazy river?
Oh, where did that come from?
I'm just saying.
Where did that come from?
That's so dumb, isn't it?
Cousin Eddie hooking up for $119 a night using all the nice amenities at Lakeshore Lodge.
That's what I mean.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 92, recorded in the DeFont Leroy Recording Studios in Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my cousin and co-host, Gary, up in Rhode Island. Good evening, Gary.
What's going on, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Just moved that camera a little bit. Luckily, we didn't get disconnected.
Yeah, that was you. Every time you move your camera, I have like heart palpitations.
Yeah, it gets. Yeah, do I have to lower it or do I?
Oh boy, it's
gonna
go. It's gonna go blank, and then you're gonna go crazy, and then I'm gonna have to stare at your avatar for the whole 2 episodes here.
Yeah, I gotta make myself. Remember, you told me that I look too short, so.
Well, you told me that initially, and I fixed my camera, and then you didn't do the same on yours.
Finally found the love. Do you like it when I sing it that way? That's Firehouse. Dan Matherin messaged me tonight to see if I was at Firehouse. I said no, tomorrow. Doing the double header with Firehouse and then Air Supply the next day.
Oh, you're doing 2 nights?
Yeah. Well, we're staying one night, but we're gonna gotta go see Air Supply. This is the perfect storm. 2 of the bands that I wanted to.
I'm so lost without you. That's the only Air Supply song I know.
Love of a lifetime. And you have to do it like kind of We Are the World, holding my headphones for those of you watching on YouTube. The love to last my whole life through. The boom, boom, Dan Matherin finally found love.
Now
so I get a message.
That's Firehouse?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know,
we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know them at all.
Oh, they were good. They were a hair band, 90, 91. So you were just a little one. You were probably still listening to your parents, Neil Diamond and
Something tells me
Cicada.
I'm into something good. That
was
yeah.
I forgot to tell you. Oh my goodness gracious! I have PTSD.
Oh boy.
They were playing when I was there with Hippie Guy.
Oh really?
And I was heading back to Caribbean Beach, walking by, and that song came on. You know how I hate them.
You hate Herman's Hermits?
Oh, I don't like them at all. If you ever go back to any of the shows that we do, I just do not like that band.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. And that was a song, and I was like cringing. I'm like, oh my God. I said Gary would be front row with the
with all the 80-year-olds
dining package. Yeah. What's the other one that they do?
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter.
I love the way the Brits say daughter. You've got a freaking lovely daughter. Things are a little different when we record
she
on Friday.
She doesn't love me now.
That's such a bad song, isn't it?
They're so good.
You ever notice that Brits always sound American when they sing, except for that band?
Except for Herman's Hermits, yeah. They're full British even when they're singing.
They got to be from like rural, like way up north, or something tells me
I'm into something good. It's so good. It's such a good song.
Lovely is a British word too.
Lovely, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I could have sworn. Do you ever watch? Do you remember back in years ago when ABC always had the British Open? They might still have the British Open. I think it's them and ESPN. Do you remember when they would do like a few holes with the BBC?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like they would take a break and it would go over to the BBC coverage. I think they would. Oh, that's a lovely golf shot.
Yeah.
Such a lovely golf shot.
He's taking a 3 metal off the tee.
3 metal is my favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so good.
Because if anybody, the Brits are going to keep the 3 wood, and the 3 wood has been extinct for like 40 years. You would think the Americans would have transitioned to the metal, but and they don't say metal, it's metal.
Metal.
You have to do the hard T.
And the irony is it's not even metal anymore. It's made out of like composite now.
Right. He's got a 3 metal.
He's got a 3 titanium. I don't even know what they are now because they don't even make the metal sound anymore. All the drivers and woods,
right?
Tungsten and all this other, which I guess are technically metals.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Kristen of Luxury Travel Advisors, a husband and wife team.
Dreaming of your next unforgettable getaway? Let us turn those dreams into reality. From magical Disney vacations and luxury cruises to all-inclusive escapes, world-class golf retreats,
and once-in-a-lifetime adventures, we handle every detail so you can simply enjoy the journey. Personalized service, expert planning, and stress-free travel from start to finish. Your next escape starts here.
Contact us today and let your extraordinary vacations begin.
So what's on the agenda today on the Addicted to DVC podcast, Michael?
We're going to talk about Lakeshore Lodge at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort.
Oh, are you excited about that?
Yeah, the more I hear about it, the more I'm liking it. How about you?
I just haven't had enough. There hasn't been enough. They're just talking. They're not showing anything.
Mm-hmm. No, they really haven't shown much.
There's not any indoor concept art. They're not talking about what the restaurants are going to be like. They're not talking about what the lounge spaces are going to be like. They're not really talking about the pools or the amenities. I mean, they're giving us some glimpses now on the room types and how many rooms there's going to be, but I feel like they're holding a lot of this stuff close to the vest, and I don't know if that's because it's not finalized what the theming's going to be on the inside, but there hasn't been a lot of concept art for the theming of it.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, maybe it is out there and I haven't seen it, but I think I would have stumbled across it at this point. I like the concept. I like the area. I think it brings the Fort Wilderness cabins into its own association with that, which is what I assume is going to happen. The cabins and Lakeshore Lodge are going to be one association.
Yeah.
I just assume. And people that stay at the cabins and get to use the amenities of Lakeshore Lodge, which is also nice because that's one of the biggest downfalls of the Fort Wilderness cabins, I would say, is that you don't get the deluxe amenities of the resort when you stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to have a deluxe resort that you hopefully have access to while staying at the cabins would be a huge plus. I imagine, Pards, that pool, once it's open, is going to be locked down tighter than the beach club pool, tighter than anything. Because they don't want those dirty campers dipping their toes in that pool out of a DVC resort, do they?
No.
You got the Willings coming in, they're double wide. You think they're going to let them go in that lazy river?
Oh, where did that come from?
I'm just saying.
Where did that come from?
That's so dumb, isn't it?
Cousin Eddie hooking up for $119 a night using all the nice amenities at Lakeshore Lodge.
That's what I mean. But I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised they put the summer tag on it. So that means it's essentially a year out now. They feel like they have one more
Summer
year.
Of 2027 was just announced this week.
And that's when the Poly Tower opened, right? In the summer, technically?
No.
Oh no, you're right. It was the end of the year, right? It was
because
December.
it was when I was at the association meeting when they gave us our tour, and it was literally opening the following week.
Okay.
So they had already been selling contracts, probably. I don't know if they go 6 months prior or what their rule is.
No, I thought the tower didn't start selling until after it was open because you could book only cash at the
Yeah,
beginning. There
you
were
were
no
doing
points.
cash. Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they roll it out. Again, the association thing will be interesting. I'd be shocked if they don't make one association with the cabins and Lakeshore.
They're gonna have to because there's two ways to look at it. They if they group them in now, you're bringing down the annual dues.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not too sold on the fact that Disney wants to sell out the cabins because I think they're making so much cash. I think they're almost treating the cabins like they do Alani. If they sell, they sell. If not, we'll just sell cash.
Yeah, that could be true. But I think they want to bring the dues down on it. It'd be that can't be its own association forever. The cabins.
No, no, it'd be suicide. I mean, nobody wants to pay for $13, $14 on a brand new
Yeah,
resort.
it has to be lumped in with that. Um, I did like. I mean, I do you want to just get right into it?
Yeah.
I like that they announced they're going to have 1 and 2 bedroom cabins essentially off
How how
on the
nice
water.
is that going to be?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, is the one bedroom going to be more affordable points wise?
I mean, it's going to be more affordable than the 2 bedroom cabin, but is it going to be like a cabin rate, kind of like the Copper Creek
That
cabin?
that's
Is it
what I'm
going to be
saying. If it's a little cheaper, if you just get into one bedroom,
like 60 points a night or
yeah.
something
Think
instead of
about like
85?
if Coronado Springs, if Wilderness Lodge or Polynesian had a smaller one bedroom and it was a half to 60% of the points, it comes into play on occasion for us
Yeah. Well, definitely for us. I mean, I
as
would
we're looking
easily.
at our third contracts.
Yeah.
Okay, Frank Garuda.
Well, I mean, my third contract's not going to get me access to this property anyway.
That's a good point.
I'd have to buy direct there, which I don't see in my future. It's just the cost is so much higher for like it's hard to justify.
Like they always say, the best time to buy DVC was yesterday,
Yeah,
and the second best time is to buy today.
today, yeah. Yeah, you really go back and kick yourself and think about like the Joe Quats of the world who got
Yep.
grandfathered into the blue card with a resale contract only
If
10
if
years
I
ago?
didn't get if I didn't get my Grand Floridian at 193, I wouldn't be a direct owner.
Right.
You look at back now, how good of a deal is 193?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, do you like the theming?
I don't know what the theming is. I haven't seen enough of it.
Well, they said that it's going to be Bambi, Pocahontas,
And
Brother
Brother
Bear
Bear.
theming.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense with that area.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's subtle.
I'd like a little more Chippendale Donald. That's my personal thing, but I know they're pretty heavy over at
Yeah.
Wilderness Lodge, so they don't want to repeat all over their properties. But
Yeah. I think they're going to make it a lot more like subtle hints, kind of like the Poly
Mhm.
Tower is with the Moana stuff, where it's not hitting you over the head with it. It's just an overall theme of like a nature theme.
Mhm.
And they'll just incorporate some of those characters into the kids' areas and maybe into the rooms and the pull down couches and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've done a really good job with all the new DVC theming, so I'm
They
not
really have.
super worried about that part.
Not at all.
I just would
Not
love
at
to
all.
know what it's going to look like. I'd love to see some artist renders of a room or a lounge or something, or the lobby. It looks like it's going to be a grand lobby based on the size of the resort and the way the building's shaping up. But again, I don't really know.
Mm.
It kind of has to live up to that. The Wilderness Lodge lobby being so close to it, also
Mhm.
being called the lodge. Like you can't have a Saratoga Springs type lobby for this hotel. If you're
No,
gonna
it's got to
call
be grand.
if you're gonna call it Lakeshore Lodge, you can't have a tiny lobby that's only a check-in and a small gift shop. It has to be a big attraction to it, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. It looks like it's set up that way for sure. Curious about the dining, as always. Like, that's always a big
I
thing.
think we're gonna see something like Artist Point.
For a
I think
signature,
we're
you
gonna
think they're gonna put a
yeah.
signature?
I think they're definitely gonna put a signature in there.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Topolino's character
Well,
breakfast and then a high-end dinner.
just copy what's been working.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's their model. Obviously not the style of food, but that's the
Sure.
playbook for it. Yeah, like a Pacific Northwest kinda steakhouse, seafood kinda thing. I could see
Yeah,
that.
it's some salmon, some types of different fishes,
Mhm.
couple of signature steaks.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a place that and then they're eventually going to connect that walkway again over to Wilderness Lodge. So that'll be nice to have those connecting properties.
Is that confirmed that they're gonna reconnect it?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it just makes it easier for the people from to get to and from, don't you think?
It'd be pretty dumb if they don't, but you never know. So they're gonna definitely have, uh, studios
Mhm.
and suites, 1,
Mhm.
2, and grand villas, and then they're having the 1 and 2 bedroom lake houses along the waterline.
That's so damn intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah. 900 plus rooms. I think they said
973 I think was
something
the
like that.
specific
Yeah,
number.
which is that's big inventory, especially if you lump in the cabins with that, that's over 1,000. Um, they'll probably have their own boat launch there to go over to Magic Kingdom, I would imagine.
They're going to
Although
have to add
although it's not that far from the current one.
either it's another boat launch or they're going to have to be running boats. They're going
More
to have to
boats, yeah.
probably have like 4 at a time running back and forth,
Yeah.
don't you think?
I would say so.
But I would think, I mean, even if they do have 4 boats, if you're adding another 900 potential people
No,
and a quarter of them are going to the Magic Kingdom, you don't want to have the lines being backed up all the way onto the beach, right?
900 rooms. They probably average 3 people per room, I would say.
Okay, so 2,700 divided by 4, so
Yeah.
yeah, 700 people
Yeah, it's a
going to
lot.
the Magic Kingdom and more because more people go to the Magic Kingdom on multiple days than
Right.
Animal Kingdom. So
And also there's gonna be a lot of people visiting the resort when it opens.
of course, any new resort is going to be. The good thing about this is you're not going to get a lot of outside of traffic. You'll probably get the people who are visiting the Magic Kingdom who take the boat over to check it out, but you're not going to see crazies like me staying at Caribbean Beach venturing over there.
No, probably not. The question is this gonna have its own dedicated parking lot, or do you have to deal with the Fort Wilderness nonsense of internal bus
It's
loops
going
and
to
stuff?
have to have its own. There's not enough parking at the front of Fort Wilderness to
Okay.
begin with.
Yeah, that's what I would
There's no way.
imagine.
Yeah, there's no way.
But it doesn't seem like they have that built in there yet.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they
Okay.
do to the left. So if you're coming up
Now,
and
granted, I haven't been
playing,
there in 8
yeah,
months, so
yeah, I think if you're facing it from you toward the cabin, right? The last time you were there for
yeah.
Hoop-Dee Doo,
Mhm.
yeah. So if you're staring at it, I think to the left is where they're going to have their big parking lot.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my assumption. They
Alright.
obviously can't go right because that's where Bay Lake is.
Yeah, right. I mean, it seems like it's gonna sell well, I think. I know I mean, any new resort usually sells pretty well, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only ones who haven't is Fort Wilderness and Delaney. Lonnie's a tough sell because of where it's located.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking just the Florida ones because Riviera sold pretty well.
Riviera did a great job. I think they're sold out or right on the
Close,
verge.
yeah.
Polly's probably 2 years away,
Right.
being conservative. And I think this will sell out in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Now, according to an AI prediction, they think that the initial point price is going to be in the range of $255 to $285 per point to buy in there. What do you think of that artificial intelligence
I think
prediction?
that sounds right.
What are they selling direct points at right now? For like,
250 or so
is it that high?
for the current
The
inventory.
poly?
I think
Yeah.
the Grand Floridian's like 265 right now.
Do you think it's going to have a really aggressive point chart like Riviera Grand Floridian, or you think it'll be more Boulder Ridge-esque where you can get a studio?
I think it's going to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be right there with Riviera and Grand Floridian. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that seems to be the trend. All the new ones have more aggressive point charts. It allows them to sell more points. You know, the more points you charge for a studio, the more points you could sell, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
I
just
mean, that's
simple mathematics, right?
kind of a no-brainer. Because, like, if they could redo Boardwalk right now, they would double every point chart, wouldn't they?
I mean, when you're looking at September in a studio at 9 points, I don't
Right.
think you're doubling it because this is September and the Grand Floridian right now is 16. I think Boardwalk you teetering on
Like 14, maybe?
13, 13,
Yeah.
14, yeah, somewhere around there.
But that extrapolates out pretty far if you do that for every room at every room type. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd be interested to see how they how the point charts are, because the price per point is what it is. It's going to be high, um, but they usually are just, you know, they don't jack it up when a new resort. They just kind of steadily increase the direct price, and then they offer the incentives and things like that. But I think you're going to need a lot of points to be able to utilize this resort to
Yeah.
its fullest.
Yeah, because I mean the point charts are already set obviously for the cabins and we got
Right.
in there for 15 points last September, which is outrageous, isn't it?
Now, they could, yes, that's crazy. They could reconfigure the cabin point chart if they build it into the same association. They could raise it up.
But then they would have to do something with the tower.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know if they can they?
Yeah, because if it's the same association, they're just going to have more points to sell, and then they can reconfigure the whole point chart to equal the amount of points that they'll be able to sell.
Yeah, so but what I'm saying is then I think that they would have to lessen at the Lakeshore.
No, because they haven't established it yet.
There has to be some type of rule because if you bought in and now they double the points, you're completely screwed, right?
Yeah, but that could happen anyway, like you're saying, if they lessened it at a different room category, but they haven't created these room categories yet, so they could.
I don't know. I don't know the legality of that, so I'm not really going to get into it. I just don't see how they would be able to do that.
I just don't know how they're going to be able to try to do those lake houses for 75 to 100 something points a night and then have a cabin for 15. It's all about location. That's all. I'm kind of talking myself out of it, but I think those
Yeah,
will be higher.
I think you're obviously having a different clientele. The people who are staying on the cabins aren't staying on the water and vice versa.
Yeah. Also, just to back to the original point, let's say I know there's more than that. Let's say there's 10 cabins and it's 15 points per night. So that would be 150 points per night. Just say it's 15 every day. I know it's not, but like for argument's sake.
Mm.
So if there's 10 cabins at 15 points per night, that's 150 points that they can sell each night times 365, whatever. That's the amount of points they could sell until they sell out of the cabins. Now, when Lakeshore Lodge opens, if they say, hey, we need to make, for these 970 rooms, we need it to average 29 points a night, 30 points a night, whatever it is. And then if they pool those numbers, they take that number from the cabins and they pool it in with the Lakeshore Lodge numbers. Then they have all those points to play with and they can reconfigure the point chart for the cabins at that point and make them whatever they want using that giant pool of points. That's kind of what I was saying is how they could raise the point per night on the cabins that way. because they're not raising the amount of cabin points. They're just putting it in the same pool as the Lakeshore Lodge and
Right.
then redistributing it.
Right, but you're still raising it. If I was 15 in September and I go up to 19 in September.
Yeah, you're raising it, but it's a way they can do it. I don't know that they will, but that's the only way they could do it.
Yeah,
Is by adding a new building to it.
I don't think they're
Which is
I
what
don't
they're
think
doing.
they'd be interested. And I think it would be a terrible look if they did that. 1 point's fine, but when you're looking at 3 or 4,
Yeah, it adds up quick.
I honestly don't think, and I think that they knew what they wanted to charge for that. So it's not like the boardwalk where it was 30 years ago, and now we could have gotten so much more. They just opened these damn things 2 years ago.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. This is one where obviously the resale restrictions will be put in place for it.
Right.
And I think that will be a highly sought after resale contract because of the amount of rooms they have there. So it'll be easy to use up and stuff like that. But I could see within a couple of years of getting a really good deal on a resale contract there.
I mean, I could see I could see both ways. I could see buying direct a little 50-pointer,
Yeah.
just hedging on the fact that if there aren't, because there aren't any cabins, they've never come up, only because they haven't sold any.
Right.
But I think this is an extremely attractive resale contract. And I mean, they haven't even started selling, but it's going to be an extremely attractive resale contract. Because
it could be.
Look at all the options you have.
Right, but look at Riviera. That's not an attractive resale contract. Look at the deal you got on it not that long after it went on sale.
I'm saying you get good deals. People buy Riviera. That's a very attractive resale contract because people are buying them.
Because the price is low.
Because of the prices, though. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm saying, do you think this will be similarly a low price?
Yeah, of course it is.
No, well, yeah, and then at that point, it's going to be
right.
attractive.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like Riviera. Early on, it's going to sell for $160, but it's going to get down into the 130s.
Yeah, so it's not going to hold its value. In other words,
no, none of them do when you have the resale restrictions. I'm just saying it's attractive for somebody like I would certainly look into just having the option to bring Rhodey up there.
Oh yeah, I think it's attractive as a buyer. I'm saying,
yes.
As a seller, it's not a great one to have if you ever think you might have to resell it because it's going to lose its value quicker than others. That's what I meant by that. I just really want to see what the lobby's going to look like, and I want to learn about restaurants. Now, I'm thinking back to the Poly Tower. I don't think we heard a lot about restaurants maybe only a month or two before it was about to open, right?
Yeah, it was a complete bust anyways. I mean, that's why they didn't tell you anything, because they didn't really have anything.
That's true. They just opened a little lounge, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Have you guys been in there?
No, not yet.
So you haven't even been in there.
No.
I'll be interested what your thoughts are.
I mean, the videos I've seen look nice, but I don't know.
The rooms are fine. All it is fine. I think I think it was a cheap and lazy resort.
Yeah.
I think they pinched pennies. They went on cheap with it, and it's because it's a monorail resort and it's a Polynesian and people will love it. And
yeah. But I also don't think it sold as well as they were anticipating.
A lot of people who were disappointed with it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, how many DVC buildings that are multi-purpose would people rather stay at the hotel version as opposed to the latest and greatest? And their regular DVC, their old DVC rooms are much better than the tower.
Yeah.
Their studios are so much better than the Tower Studios. I'm sorry, not the necessarily the Tower Studios, but the regular studios, the standard studios that they have at the Poly Tower.
Now this is are they not doing any grand villas in this?
They are, from what I understand.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it listed here.
Yeah, there was like mixed, but from what I've read, a few articles that they are doing the grand villas. I mean, they'd have to know if anybody's been peeking through windows. Obviously they have the infrastructure in place, so
Yeah, you can usually tell.
you're right, just by the shape.
Right. It'll be interesting to see. There's a lot still up in the air, obviously. The point chart will be very interesting to see. The price per point, not really. You kind of know where that's going to be in that range. What the dues are going to end up being will be interesting because with that amount of inventory, they should be able to reduce the dues pretty well below $10 a point.
Yeah.
And if the cabins get lumped into that. And that's the other thing. Will they still sell the cabins as its own contract at that point, or will that just go away and they just sell Lakeshore Lodge?
Yeah, if it's all in one association, it's just going to be
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could kind of hedge a little bit. If you think that's what's going to happen, you could buy like a cabins direct and hope it gets folded into that.
Yeah, you could.
It's a gamble though, because if it doesn't, then you're on an island there, literally. With high
Well, what do you
dues
think?
It seems like it would be almost impossible for it not to be the same association, but
Yeah.
I guess crazier things have happened. It's not. I'm not willing to take a $30,000 gamble that it would be in the same association. Put it that way.
I think I'd take that bet.
Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah, and then I'd use it just to buy a contract. I wouldn't tell Susie, and then I would just use it to buy a contract.
Yeah.
You do some good damage with $30K, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm saying if I wanted to get a direct contract and I said I really want to own Lakeshore Lodge, if I buy the cabins now at $225 a point.
Plus, they have some great discounts. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. If you buy that 150 pointer at the cabins with a great incentive, and then those 150 become Lakeshore Lodge points when it opens, like you made out really well in that deal. Direct contract, now you own a Lakeshore Lodge. But if that's your plan and it doesn't work out and you really don't want to own it, the cabins, then you're in a real tough situation. That's the point I'm making.
Yep, I understand.
But I do think it will be the same association. I would be shocked. There's way less up in the air. When they were building the Poly Tower, it made sense for them to have it be its own association, right? And then they did not do that.
I thought it did. Only the main reason was because the regular Poly was like 7 years earlier, so I didn't think they wanted to lose.
Yeah.
I didn't think they wanted to reset the clock. I really didn't.
Yeah. But then it was the same. And now this one is the exact opposite. It makes sense for them to fold it in, and they probably won't do it. They'll make it its own separate association, which would be pretty wild. I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on
No, I'm a fan. I think it's going to be a great addition. I know a lot of people hate change, but I think it's going to be a great asset to Fort Wilderness. What do you think?
Well, the nice thing is it's not taking away from anything, really. Right? It's not like when they built Riviera and they knocked down Caribbean Beach.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Not that it's I don't think that's a downgrade, but some people did, and you can make the argument. Poly Tower, they build that and they, ruin the golf course. They ruin the walkway to, in between the resorts. This is just, it changes the sight lines.
Yeah, it does.
A lot. I don't like the towers in general. I think it's lazy. I don't like the small footprints. I understand why they do the small footprints, but
and see, Kristen, Kristen and I like the towers now. We like having everything there.
Well, yeah, when you're in it, it's fine. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're staying there and driving up, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Like Saratoga Springs being all spread out and be able to walk around and see the golf course, that feels
Sure.
different, old school. Like even the Grand Floridian. Imagine if the Grand Floridian was just a tower, was 10 stories higher, and there were none of those outbuildings there. That would kind of
Yeah, it's special. The old school Grand Floridian is special, but if they had it over again, that would be a tower and it would be really nice.
Again, I'm not saying the towers, they're not doing a good job with what they're doing in the towers. I just don't like the concept of them. The execution is good on all the towers they've done. Maybe not the Poly, I haven't been in that one. But the concept, I just don't like in general. That's all. And I know that doesn't matter because that's all they're doing now. That's all they're going to build.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait until the next value tower they build. That's going to be something. It's going to look like those. It's going to look like those apartment buildings that you drive through when you're going to New York City when you see like the Bronx.
With the ladders, the fire ladders.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, it won't look like that because they will not have external windows and balconies, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's gonna be awful, isn't it? The music tower.
Anyway.
It's just got all the wall air conditioners like you see in the Bronx as you're heading into New York.
Just hanging out.
with the metal suspension to hold it in place.
Yeah,
down below, you know. The
bars on the windows.
I just bought into the All-Star Music Tower. They got a McDonald's in the main lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I got nothing.
Okay, why don't you wrap it up?
All right, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show, info@addictedtodvc.com, and join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin and co-host Gary in Rhode Island, I'm Mike in Florida. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again next week.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addictedtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.